Well, folks, it is the evening of November 4th, and after a shit show, I'm finally set up in the tree where I want to be. I brought my climber up to our upper farm. There's a spot that I've been seeing a bunch of deer going through when I've been hunting up here. So I came up here with a climber and went all the way down here. I had to cut a bunch of limbs out of this tree. Got all my stuff, got climbed up, all the camera stuff ready, and I sat down, went to put my release on. Never had my release. So I had to climb all the way down, go all the way back up to my gator, up this freaking huge hill. But I had a good encounter with a nice 2.5-year-old 8-point this morning. And hopefully one of the shooters walks through tonight. We'll get settled in here, and after I cool off a little bit, I'll put my camouflage back on. Right now I'm just in my jeans. I didn't want to start sweating too bad. We'll get ready. Well, folks, that was a cool encounter. I actually heard a couple grunts up there earlier on in the evening, but I didn't think they were grunts. I thought it was a tree swaying in the wind, and I thought it was creaking. It sounded like a deer grunting. Well, anyways, I kept glancing up there, not seeing anything. And then I glanced up there one time, and there was a doe coming down the side of the hill. And right behind her was beautiful 8-point. Believe it or not, that's only a 2.5-year-old deer. He is a stud of a 2.5-year-old. And he looked big. I mean, his body looked, he's rutting, he's all swole. He kind of dogged her all the way down to these thorn apple trees that are right here under me. And I had him at 25 yards right here, and this doe came right behind me here to about 10 yards and got downwind of me, and of course she smelled me, took off running, and he took off running with her back up the hill, but he was missing his G3 on his left side, and I couldn't tell for sure, but I think one of his brow tines was broke too. So he is going to be a heck of a buck next year, if as long as people can hold off shooting him. I mean, he looks good coming through the woods, but he's broke up and he's a young deer. Hopefully he just goes and finds a brush pile and stays there, or stays on our property and nobody shoots him. But that was a cool encounter. I'm due for one of these shooters to come through. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. I mean, any day now one of the big boys is going to walk by. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed.